In 1947, British India finally achieved independence after nearly 2 centuries of colonial rule. Yet this independence came at a cost: the violent partition that created Pakistan and later Bangladesh in 1971. However, was independence alone ever sufficient? Could a united India have truly worked? Or was partition the only viable path? In this video, we explore the historical, political, and social forces that made partition seemingly inevitable. For centuries, the Indian subcontinent was home to a vast diversity of religions, cultures, and languages. Hinduism and Islam, the 2 largest faiths, coexisted despite significant theological and cultural differences. However, when the British established control over India, they implemented policies that deepened these divisions. One of the most consequential was the introduction of separate electorates in 1909 through the Morley-Minto reforms, which classified Hindus and Muslims as distinct political groups. The British also reinforced religious identities to prevent a unified anti-colonial movement. These strategies sowed lasting political and social divides that would later shape the debate on partition. As the movement for independence intensified, differing visions for India's future emerged. The Indian National Congress, led by figures like Mahatma Gandhi and Jawaharlal Nehru, championed a secular, united India. However, many Muslims feared that once the British departed, they would become politically marginalized under a Hindu-majority government. The All India Muslim League, founded in 1906, sought to protect Muslim political rights. Initially, its leaders, including Muhammad Ali Jinnah, sought autonomy within a united India. However, as Hindu-Muslim tensions escalated, the League's stance hardened and the demand for a separate Muslim state gained traction. The two-nation theory, first conceptualized by Sir Syed Ahmed Khan and later reinforced by thinkers like Allama Iqbal, argued that Hindus and Muslims were not merely religious communities, but distinct nations with separate cultural, legal, and social systems. In 1933, Chaudhry Rahmat Ali introduced the name Pakistan in his pamphlet Now or Never, envisioning a separate homeland for Muslims. By 1940, this idea had taken political form when the Muslim League, under Jinnah's leadership, passed the Lahore Resolution, demanding independent Muslim-majority states. As independence drew nearer, tensions erupted into large-scale violence. On the 16th August 1946, the Muslim League declared Direct Action Day in Bengal, triggering riots that left thousands dead. This violence spread across India, strengthening the belief that a single nation could not accommodate both communities peacefully. By 1947, the situation had spiraled out of control. The British, facing their post-war economic struggles, expedited their withdrawal. Lord Mountbatten, the last Viceroy of India, rushed the partition process, leading to one of the most abrupt and chaotic territorial divisions in history. Partition led to the largest human migration of the 20th century. Over 15 million people were displaced as Hindus, Muslims, and Sikhs fled across newly drawn borders. The death toll is estimated between 1 and 2 million, with countless others subjected to unimaginable suffering. Trains filled with refugees were attacked, entire villages were razed, and families were torn apart. The hurried border demarcation, overseen by British lawyer Sir Cyril Radcliffe, who had never set foot in India before, created unresolved disputes, particularly in Punjab and Bengal, with consequences that persist to this day. So was partition inevitable? Some argue that a more gradual transition to independence might have prevented violence. Others contend that communal divisions had already reached a breaking point, making coexistence in a single nation impossible. Regardless of one's perspective, the impact of partition continues to shape South Asia's geopolitics, identity, and historical memory. History is rarely black and white, and every event has multiple perspectives. What do you think? Could a united India have survived? Or was partition the only solution? Let us know what other historical topics you would like us to explore in future videos.